Good afternoon, Internet. Eric Arnold here on a Saturday, March 28th. I thought I'd shoot another quick video here because why not? I just had another few thoughts here that I thought, they're in my head at the moment. Before, I see a shiny object and they vanish out of my head, I'm going to get it out to everybody. Been seeing some real disturbing stuff on the internet pertaining to sports, and of course the virus, which is controlling the sport industry for now, as we all know. Hat tip here to Barstool Sports. If you don't know what that is, Barstool, all one word, Barstool Sports, I guess, is the handle.com. That's where I get a lot of my news, believe it or not. If you've never been there, their website was described by Norman Shad as an overflowing toilet, which I think is a little harsh, but believe it or not, in this mishmash of stuff that they've got on their website, there's actually some really good hard news in there. I get much more hard news at their website than I do from ESPN. Much more. I go there to try to get what's really happening, what's all happening on the ground. That's where I go to Barstool for. And there have been some stuff that I've read on there that they basically scour the internet for, things coming out from the real newsmakers, the sport leagues, tweets, social media, which anymore is where the news originates from. It's not, a story written by, ESPN reporter X. Most of ESPN reporter X have been fired anyway. ESPN, all they do now is just print leaks and press releases from agents and teams. So if you want to get what's really happening, that comes from social media, and Barstool's the ones that are on top of that. Well, at any rate, apparently Kirk Herbstreit of ESPN, he's out basically saying that he doesn't think there's going to be a football season. A football season! We're here thinking, when are we going to play baseball? He's saying not only do you not get baseball, you're not going to get football either. It's like, holy Jesus. I mean, all right, you're staking out the extreme position here of where we're going here as a country. And I'm not, if that's what you, see, the part I wasn't clear on there is, do you believe that's what's going to happen, or do you believe that's what should happen? If that's what you think is going to happen, that's possible. Should that happen? Oh my God, that should not happen. But, so I found that disturbing. There was a piece in The Athletic. I subscribe to The Athletic. That is a website of, I guess, what they would consider the best writers, hard-hitting stories, whatever, pertaining to sports. And their stuff is a cut above, certainly, ESPN, that sort of thing. Their writers are the best, I would argue. As far as sports goes, you had to pay for it. That's why I never got it until they broke the Astros story. Then I started, it's like, you know what, these guys are worth it. I'm going to pay my $5 a month. Of course, as we head into the greatest depression, I'm claiming that one. All right, mark it down. What's the time? I'm claiming that one. The greatest depression, because you're going to hear that term a lot. In the coming months, if we keep going down this path. And I want you to know that you heard it here first. In the barn, the greatest depression. Remember the greatest generation? They lived through the Great Depression. Well, we're going to live through a greater depression, the greatest depression. And all right, never mind. Well, at any rate, I get off my train of thought there. But back to The Athletic, that's what I was talking about. Again, they're quoting sports economists and what have you, and they're all saying the same thing. How on earth can we play any sports this summer? It'll never happen. It's like, oh my God. I don't even know where I am on the 5 stages of grief. giant cat. But the 5 stages of grief, here, see. I've been noticing there are a lot of cat videos like circulating in my orbit on the internet. So apparently they get lots and lots of hits. I was thinking, it's like, God damn, maybe I'll just do a video showing you cats, and that'll get lots of views just because they're cats. But anyway, now I've really lost my train of thought. Basically, yeah, this incredible, where I guess I'm in depression, I'm in denial, I don't believe this. It's like, are we going to, and it's not the sports so much, it's like all the other stuff that comes with it. Shutting down the country such for that many months, it is not going to be the same when you come out the other side. And I do not think people have any idea what they're looking at when this is all over, if you insist on shutting the country down. I'm reading some of the stuff. I just read a piece by, or an article quoting Bill Gates. He wants to shut the country down for another 2 months. Completely shut it down, as if, it's not shut down enough already for him. I don't know. Here's the grand point to all of this. I'm just about off team government. I've said I'm on team government. I'm following all the restrictions, and I will continue to follow the restrictions. I mean, I said in yesterday's video I was going to try to come up with some instances of things I could do to break protocol, to break the rules, and I don't know I can come up with anything. Where the hell can I go? Everything's goddamn closed. I couldn't go anywhere if I wanted to. I can't, I'm too fat to play and pick up basketball games. I don't know what I could do. But again, back to the larger point that I keep evading. Basically, it's up to us. This whole thing is up to us. The politicians will ultimately do what the people want them to do. If the people see this as the worst virus ever, and this is Armageddon, and we are afraid of this thing, then we're going right down the path that we're going, and we just got to do nothing, and they'll just keep doing it for us. And we'll see how that turns out. I think it's going to turn out badly. Or if enough people said that's enough, and contact the congressmen, contact their state legislatures, their state senators, to say this is enough. We want to get back to work. We want to get out of the house. We want to return to our normal activities and take our chances. Well, then that'll happen too. But it's ultimately up to us. The governments are doing what they think we want them to do. And right now they think we're scared, and that's the position they're taking. If 60-70% of the people stand up and say no more, then that's what will happen. So that's my thinking here on Saturday, the 28th of March. Part of the reason why, I'm jumping off of team government, some of their predictions have just been crazy wrong. This thing over here that I've got on the board, this study from this Imperial College of London, those guys came out 2 weeks after making it and said, oh yeah, about that, we're wrong, our numbers are wrong. They had originally said they expected 500,000 dead in the United Kingdom. They revised it to 20,000. I almost got to reread it just to make sure I'm not quoting it wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on that they revised their own study, and they said, oh, it's not 500,000, it's 20,000. Well, what the hell is that? That's beyond an order of magnitude. That's just crazy. That's what this number is. This number comes from their study. Their study was at the peak of the United States pandemic, you would expect 15 dead per 100,000 a day, which works out to 30,000, 40,000. And now they're saying, no, that was a mistake. You know, so the number now they're saying is like 1.5, and it's probably even less than that if I did the math correctly. You know, maybe 1 per 100,000. Well, that's totally different. That's totally different. I mean, you've just lost all credibility. And we're relying on these kind of goddamn studies. The woman in Ohio, the health director in Ohio, when I was out there 2 weeks ago, she said there was 100,000 cases in Ohio. Now, at the time, there was 5 official cases. 5. But she told the governor there's really 100,000 because most of these people are asymptomatic. They haven't reported any symptoms yet. They will, but for the moment, you know, you can't see them, but it's there. 100,000 cases. Well, then the governor of Ohio, DeWine, who was at the leading edge shutting down the country, he shuts down Ohio and all the other governors follow. Well, now 2 weeks later, how many cases are in Ohio? You know, now 2 weeks later. Well, there's around 1,400. 1,400. Again, not 100,000, 1,400. Even if you'd say, okay, well, but she said they were all, you know, most of them are under the radar. Hell, even if you take 1,400 and divide it by, say, 10% or 0.1, to give her the benefit of the doubt that there's another 80, 90% running around that we don't know about, it still only works out to 10,000, 14,000. You're still off by an order of magnitude. You're wrong. You're wrong. So it's these type of things that are just shoving me off of team government. I mean, their estimates are just not right. Is this bad? Yeah. Is this being overestimated? Yeah, I think so. I think so. You know, I've reserved the right to change my mind or offer a different opinion if I look at the data differently and see something I missed. But, you know, at the moment, this is being oversold as something it's not. So, you know, it's up to us. You know, you got to make your own decision, what you think it is. You know, whichever side makes the most noise, whichever side votes the loudest, if you will, they're not going to come around and hold an election and say, gee, sir, gee, subscriber X, what do you think? Do you want to stay inside or do you want to go back to work? Yeah, they're not going to do that. It's whichever side makes the most noise is the one that's going to win and determine whether we go out or we stay in, with the consequences attached to each. At any rate, so there's my speech here on Saturday, March 28th. Here, wait, let's end on a big note here. Ready? And this will be hopefully my, whatever you call it. What do you call that, Range? Your screenshot. There, screenshot. See, I'm being held hostage by the virus. I can't go out. Actually, the cat does exactly what would, virus or no virus. It's occurred to me that the animals in all this, they were the big winners. Because now everybody's home, and they pet them all the time, and they don't get left to their own devices. Humans are always home for them. They get fed all the time, 2-3 times a day sometimes, right, Mookie? Yes, very good, yes, what a good cat. That right there, that's the apex predator. I know it doesn't look like it, but, you know, she is up there with boa constrictors and pythons and sharks, and then Mookie. There's Mookie. That's a 100% killer. So, very good. All right, that's what I've got for you today, and I will talk to you again. I'd say good gambling. Maybe you're playing like slot machines and roulette on the internet on some virtual casino. That's probably a losing proposition, but you know, for those of you who need action, if you need action, you need action. So, what can I say? Eric Arnold, and I'll talk to you again.